Well, like gravity, the Russia investigation is eternal, a fact of physics in Washington. It's a constant force in our lives that apparently will never go away. We're powerless in its face. Just because we were all distracted by Brett Kavanaugh for a month doesn't mean that Russia is no longer being investigated, and we should be very afraid about how they hacked our election. Well, Fox News can now report that in 2016, Michael Sussman, he was a top lawyer with the DNC and the Hillary Clinton campaign, contacted the FBI and provided Russia-related documents. Those documents were turned over just as the Bureau was preparing a surveillance warrant against Carter Page. At the moment, the Obama administration was spying on his political opponents. Tom Fitton is the president of Judicial Watch, and he joins us tonight. Tom, thank you for coming on. Tell us what this means exactly.
Well, it brings the collusion story. Look, the Perkins Coie, the law firm, was a cutout originally for the Clinton operation to pay Fusion GPS. And I guess after a while, they said, well, why pretend anymore? Let's just deal directly with our friends in the Obama FBI to target President Trump. And, you know, it's just another piece of evidence of the collusion between the Obama camp and the Clinton camp. And there's no evidence coming out of collusion between Trump and Russia. All the evidence is that we were using the FBI to launder political garbage as an excuse to target President Trump. And the question I have always is, what is Robert Mueller doing with this material? Is he using this Clinton campaign material to target Trump as well?
Well, I guess we're going to find out. I got to kind of wonder about the FBI. And again, there's a lot we don't know, and I don't want to attack people unfairly. On the other hand, if you're the FBI and one campaign comes to you with opposition research about the other campaign, don't you pause and say, wait a second, I don't want to get caught up in some kind of campaign tactic in the middle of a presidential year? Doesn't that make you nervous if you're the FBI?
It ought to. Look, there's no good reason for the general counsel of the FBI to be meeting with a top lawyer for the Democratic National Committee and the Hillary Clinton campaign. The meeting itself was unusual, and the fact that there was allegedly transfer of information about Donald Trump and Russia. And we know the information that generally had been being pushed by the Clinton operation was really stuff made up by Russian intelligence to mess with Donald Trump. So it was fake information used for partisan purposes, and the FBI was happy to use it as a pretext, as I point out, to target Trump. And you got to wonder, Tucker, you know, this debate about whether to declassify information and the FBI and DOJ being very nervous about that for national security reasons. Well, I suspect this is why they're nervous, because this is the type of information that would come out as a result of a transparency initiative by President Trump.
Just to clarify, nervous about damage to their own reputation, you're saying?
Well, and worse. Look, if you're misusing your office for political purposes as government officials in the real world or the non-Washington, D.C. world, you'd be subject to prosecution. No,
thank you for reminding us of that. These are crimes, some of these things that are being alleged. Tom Fitton, as always, thanks a lot.